If it's one thing that I've learned about this industry is no one gets a real estate license for the purposes of going to work for someone else and build their dreams. We're in this business to build our own dreams. And eXp is the first company that has put the agent first and being able to do just that.
My name is Barry Overton. I'm a Gulf War veteran, a 26-year veteran of law enforcement, serial entrepreneur, started out as a real estate investor, and have been licensed as a real estate broker for the last 21 years, and have been a top producer in the Denver market for the last 4 years. My real estate journey really started probably like most real estate agents do. Number one, I was working as a Denver police officer, so real estate was not my full-time job. And for a period of about 12 years, I worked both jobs, real estate and my actual job as a police officer. Once I retired, I actually had another business that I was doing. So until I got serious about real estate in 2017, I had experienced just 5 or 6 transactions per year, enough to supplement the income, but not really make a substantial amount. But once I made the decision that I was going to go full-time in real estate, I decided to work with some of the best in the industry and was able to learn a lot and grow very quickly in a short period of time. You know, I really wasn't looking to change firms at the time. I was very happy where I was currently located, but life happens. And the funny thing is, I was exposed to eXp on several different occasions about 4 or 5 years ago, but it wasn't the fit. It wasn't something that I was really interested in even taking a look at, so I didn't look at it. And life changes happened, and I was in a position where my wife and I are planning to move to San Diego in the next 3 years, and I was at a local firm, so I knew that if I moved, I was going to have to either be with 2 separate local firms, or it made sense to start looking at a national firm. And eXp was actually not at the top of the list at the time. The gentleman that sold us the condo that we own in San Diego was with another company, a very well-known company around the world. And I was looking at that company in the Denver market, and I was also looking at that company in the San Diego market when he shared with me that he had just recently made the move to eXp. And this got my attention because he had an office in San Diego, Las Vegas, and Des Moines, Iowa. So at that point, I wanted to know what got him so excited about this company. From a standpoint of support, a lot of times when you hear that it's a virtual company and there's not a brick and mortar and there's no place for agents to really go, well, it's created a mentality that you have to have a brick and mortar in order to succeed in this business. But it's the fact that we don't have a brick and mortar that allows eXp to give more back to the agents versus putting that into staffing and putting that into a storefront or office space. And on top of that, it's also allowed eXp to create eXp World, which is our own virtual world that we communicate in. I can tell you, I've had opportunities to talk to managing brokers on multiple situations to get questions answered, and it's in a matter of minutes that I get my answer. During the time that I was working in the brick and mortar, a lot of times myself or other agents needing to get questions answered, it was a day and a half or half the day before an email or a phone call was returned. So the efficiency of what we have now with eXp makes it so much easier. And then on top of that, training. We have 80 hours of training every week for agents to be able to tap into. And the beauty of it is you can do it from the comforts of your own home. I've got multiple certifications since I've been with eXp, and I've done it from my living room. I've done it from my office, and it's really exciting to see the growth and the knowledge of the newer agents that I've been able to work with and how quickly their business is now growing. What got me excited? Well, I can tell you that I've had a background in network marketing and affiliate marketing and direct sales, and understanding being able to leverage your time with people really is what got me excited about the opportunity, and being able to see that if you're a broker owner of a company, it makes sense for you to build a large company, because every agent that you have that's a part of your company, you're making income off of those agents. But if you're an agent with a company, you're usually just making income based off of the sales that you do. And what I saw with this eXp business model was the opportunity to have the privileges of a broker owner, but do it as an individual agent, or maybe do it as a team lead, and not have all the responsibility that falls on a broker owner. So the first part of it that really got me excited was the revenue share. And then to understand that it was a publicly traded company that was having a lot of success and growing very quickly, and watching those stocks continue to rise, and also meeting with people that were a part of eXp that were now millionaires just from the stock in a matter of a few short years. That was another thing to get excited about, because once again, putting myself in a position of 3 years relocating, being in another location, and being in a city where I don't necessarily know a whole lot of people, and trying to rebuild my business was not the ideal situation to put myself in. But to be in a position for the next 3 years of being able to build my business where it continues to grow and it continues to generate revenue for me on a monthly basis, whether I'm in Denver or anywhere else in the world, that got me excited. And that really took me back to what I was able to do in a network marketing company that retired me from a 6-figure income as a police officer. You know, the model makes a lot of sense really for an individual agent. It makes sense for the brand new agent. But honestly, I think it makes the most sense for those that are currently broker owners or team leads, because you have the ability to continue to do what you're doing, but take away a lot of the responsibility that goes with it. And if you're a broker owner or a team lead that actually loves to do the business of real estate, but unfortunately you had to slow down on the amount of real estate that you do because of managing a team or a company, this gives you the opportunity to be able to get back in the field, enjoy what you're doing. And I really love it as a team lead myself, being able to also have other teams that are underneath me and a part of my organization that I get paid for. See, in a traditional brokerage, you won't find that. There's no way to actually be able to put that together. But with this opportunity, it allows an individual agent that is aspiring to turn their business into something much bigger to do just that without having all the heavy lifting to do that you would do as a broker owner or even as a team lead. If you're looking at it for the first time, I would say look at it with a magnifying glass. Look at it very closely. Take what you're currently doing, write all the benefits of it, write all the cons to it, and take eXp and do the same thing. Try to compare apples to apples. Now I say try, but it's a little bit difficult when you have a company that is working from a level that's forward thinking 5-10 years from now to what you have with traditional companies that are actually behind the times. And when you look at the way that eXp is paying its individual agents versus how your current company is, and then when you look at the way that eXp has created partnerships that make it easier to do business in real estate, when you look at the training, when you look at the novel idea of being able to be virtual and do business anywhere and set up shop anywhere, that was the game changer for me. And the biggest thing that stood out for me was when I realized other companies that have done business one way for so long were starting to change how they did business and making it look more like the eXp model as much as they can. And the greatest compliment is imitation. So when someone is trying to duplicate what you're already doing, it's saying that you're doing something that they like and that the world likes. That's what's happening with eXp right now. When I came to eXp and realized some of the different partnerships that were in place that makes it easier for me to look like a rock star as a real estate agent, that was another added bonus on top of the revenue and the equity share. But one of my favorite that the company has is a company called Curbio. You imagine that you have a seller that wants to get top dollar for their property, but it needs some renovation, they need some work done, but they don't have the finances to be able to complete that. Curbio is a company that will give them the financing, assign a project manager, do the updating and the work that needs to be done, and not charge the seller until they actually put their house on the market, sell their property, and at the time of closing, Curbio gets paid their fee. That's just really unique in this particular industry, that you can have something like that to offer to a seller. On top of that, we also have our own iBuyer program. I know iBuyers has been something that has been a thorn in most real estate agents' side, but now we are able to partner with multiple iBuyers, and we can do something that OfferPad, Redfin, and Open Door can't really do. We can literally create a bidding war off market because we have multiple iBuyers that we're able to present a property to. So it's not just one offer that a potential seller would get. They have the potential of getting multiple offers and never going on the market, never having photographs or having to set up showings, and not having to do any of the property fix up to the property, and just sell it off market. So those are just two of the unique areas that eXp is setting the difference. Yeah, I would say in closing, just take a look at the opportunity. It doesn't hurt anything to have knowledge. Knowledge is power. And when you can put yourself in a position to know it, what you're looking at. Any closing remarks? Take 3. Yeah, I would just say in closing that if you were thinking about making a move to a new company, definitely take a look at eXp. While don't be like me, where you think you know what it's about, and so you don't really ever take a close look, and 4 years later, someone all of a sudden sits you down, and now you're like, wow, I wish I would have known that this was what it was all about. And what I've experienced with it in a 5-month period has been life-changing, because I know the growth that I've had in such a short period of time is going to continue to magnify over the next couple of years. And when you can see people that are making significant revenue on a monthly basis without selling the house themselves, it truly gives you the opportunity to leverage yourself. And that's what life is all about, is being able to leverage time, where it gives you options of being able to spend more time with your family, doing more vacations, and just doing the things in life that you enjoy doing. So take a moment to look at the opportunity, and you can always say yes or no to it.